A mother vanishes from her South Richmond home. 21 years later, her sister and daughter are still looking for closure. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tracy Sears. In partnership with the Reopen the Case Foundation, crime insider John Burkett joins us inside the studio to take a closer look at the disappearance of Annie Horne.
Well, Tracy, 21 years will be 22 next month. Annie Horne vanished in January of 2001. She was a wife and a mother. We've aired her story before, but tips came in and her family wanted to talk.
My mom would not have left my sister behind at all. She would not.
Annie Horne disappeared from her South Richmond home in January of 2001. The suspect they had, the person of interest, was her husband.
He was kind of like a jealous-hearted person, you know. He didn't want nobody talking to her or doing things with her.
Annie's daughter and sisters obviously believe that she is no longer with us and do want to figure out exactly what happened.
She was a loving sister, mom. She was a hard worker. Yeah, and everybody loved her. She was a people's person. Yeah. And she most definitely loved her family.
She was fantastic. She was awesome. She loved to cook. She loved to keep her house up, the yard.
It's terrible. Not knowing it's the hardest thing we had to do. But we just asked the Lord to give us strength. Because we know she didn't just up and leave like that.
Annie Horne disappeared from her South Richmond home in January of 2001. Annie was a secretary for an insurance company. She was never known to miss work, so when she didn't show up, people that knew her knew something was wrong.
I think I found out like a week later because I had already moved back to North Carolina. Last I talked to her was on January the 8th. And I told her to tell her husband and my niece happy birthday, and she thought, okay, I'll tell them. And that was the last time I talked to her.
We found out that her coat was definitely in the kitchen on the chair at the table. Her glasses, she wore prescription glasses, and you know the glasses were there on the table. So these are the things, essential things that she would need, and you know during that time of the year, she didn't have it. So she wouldn't leave without having those things with her.
My sister at the time was 9 years old. My mom would not have left my sister behind at all. She would not.
Annie was well loved in her South Richmond community. In fact, we caught up with a guy whose mom was good friends with Annie, and he reminisced about last seeing Annie.
Oh, she was a loving person, you know, really did a lot for you. I think somebody murdered her. I really do. They point at her husband, her ex-husband, or husband, I think. Thomas, I believe, is his name.
Speaking to the cold case detectives from Richmond, Annie Horne's death is presumed a murder, and the suspect they had, the person of interest, was her husband. And since Annie's husband's death, Richmond detectives say they believe he was linked to at least 4 other homicide cases, and they have cleared those cases. Really, RPD detectives are telling us that Annie's husband was a serial killer.
Well, Thomas just come over when we worked on cars together. I don't know, he was kind of like a jealous-hearted person, you know. He didn't want nobody talking to her or doing things with her. But every time Thomas get to drinking, his mouth get to going, you know. And he didn't like her to get to drinking. And
going back to when it happened and me and my brothers had came up here or whatnot, the husband, he just wasn't acting right. It was just lies after lies after lies. He would tell the family something, then he'll tell the detectives another thing. Like, it was just constant lies.
So police took us to a spot at the end of Annie Street. Well, initially, we really concentrated on this area, especially in and around the home. One in particular at the end of the street was the old Bellmead Apartments, which during that time period they were closed down. So it's a large set of apartments. So what we did with our search and rescue dogs that came in and assisted us from Northern Virginia, it took like 3 days, but we went over that whole set of apartments and all the side streets in and around and all the wooded areas. So we searched all around this area.
Richmond cold case detective George Wade and Clarence Keys, a missing persons detective, have kind of been working together on this case. The family tells us they've been very involved as of late, and even going down to North Carolina to visit with the family and take some DNA swabs in case they do come across Annie's remains.
And by you all, with the reopening of the case, and we appreciate all the hard work you all are doing, we did get some calls that came in, and we ended up going down to Goldsboro.
Along with their forensics investigator went also with us, Kendall Barlow. And we examined what they had down there, and we took dental records and everything down there, and which didn't actually match up. And we got DNA from the family, which did match up to the bones. But as far as the reconstruction of the skull that was found down there, the image that was actually presented to us was very, very similar to the image of Annie.
My mom was always worried about if they're gonna find her or not find her. I couldn't tell you that, you know.
Has your mom passed since?
And she's been gone the same year Annie died in, 2001, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not far behind. Mom died with cancer, and Annie, you know, them two together like peas in a pod, you know.
And you're talking 21 years ago, and we've stayed in contact with the family off and on, and just trying to follow up on any and everything that we possibly could follow up on. And what we want mostly for the family is closure, and I know that's what they want.
No, I feel like everybody is working and doing their part, but one thing I wish the community back then would step up and just say something if they knew something.
They too believe that Annie's husband was involved, but they want it definitively on the books to say that. Obviously, detectives are beating the bushes, asking folks that knew Annie's husband to come forward if they have information about what may have happened to Annie Horne back in January of 2001. And if you have information about Annie Horne's case, call Detectives Key or Wade at 804-646-5100 or dial 833-RTCF-NVA, or you can email information to tips@reopenthecase.org. And remember, you can always listen to the Reopen the Case podcast, available on all podcast platforms.